Hello, I'm Brian Fitzgerald, the Golf Doctor, and today we're at Lang Lang and we're joined by Trevor and Damien from
Trendam Golf.
Trendam Golf, that's right. So we're going to have a look at Trevor's driving. He tells me he's a worse driver than anyone else on the planet. I've heard that before. We'll see if we can make a bit of a difference. So where does your bad shot go, Trevor?
So generally I hit a bad shot, it'll go a high sort of slice fade out to the right.
Yep.
And then the next one will overcompensate and there'll be a snap hook to the left.
Yeah, and so, in your mind you're thinking there's two different faults at play?
Yeah, yeah. So it's either if I'm getting a high fade, I've pushed out too far out this side,
yep,
and I'm cutting across it, and then of course the next time I'll throw my shoulder across and snap hook it.
So that's your take on why it's going where it is?
Yep.
Okay. Take your setup for me. In fact, take your setup, hit this one, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
You'd love to hit a bag full of those, wouldn't you?
Well, it's still got a fair bit left of where I'm aiming, but yeah.
It is, you're right. Very observant of you, because we're really aiming at that tree, aren't we?
Yep.
Okay. Take your setup again.
I saw your video on aiming at 30 centimetres in front of the ball, so I'm just doing
Excellent. Well done.
Yeah, we watch that coming down into that.
Okay. Freeze. Put the club behind the ball. Don't move.
Yep.
Club behind the ball. Okay, walk back behind. Walk away.
Yeah, I can see that now.
Just wait for him to go. Okay, so your target is the tree.
Yep.
Which one of these sticks is pointing at the tree?
That one. So that's going to give me a draw, isn't it? The way that's sort of... Well,
you mean close stance gives you a draw?
Yeah.
Not necessarily. This is the one I'm worried about.
Well, that's why I've always heard that you keep your shoulders in line, but when I stand over it, I can't tell if my shoulders where they're aiming.
That's right. No one can.
Yeah.
There's a good reason. So, if I take my setup here and I do it the way most people do it, so they put the club in behind the ball, left hand's on the club. Watch what my shoulders do when I put my right hand on the club. My shoulders are now pointing left.
Yep.
But once you get used to that, left feels straight.
Because I try and go in with the right hand and then do that, generally.
Mm-hmm. That's right? Okay.
Yep.
But it's producing the wrong starting point.
Yep.
So what we've got to get you to do is when you get into your normal setup, you're going to feel like I'm going to move this shoulder back about 2 inches.
Yep.
Which is going to feel weird. You're going to feel like I'm doing something strange to your hips.
Right.
But let's see what happens when you take your setup. I'll get rid of this orange stick for the moment. And you tell me when you feel you're in line. So that feels in line?
Yep.
Okay, now push your right shoulder back more.
So with the hands as well, or just the shoulder?
Just the shoulder. Just feel like I've grabbed that and I've done that.
Yep.
Okay, if I put the stick down, that's still pointing left of where your feet are pointing. Yet in your mind, you're thinking you're going over at these trees.
And now the ball feels like it's way out.
Yeah, it does.
Way out there.
It feels terrible.
Yep.
But I love it when people tell me this feels terrible. Because what's that?
It feels terrible.
What that's telling me is we're doing something different.
Yep.
We have to do something different because what you're doing now isn't working.
Yep.
So different is good.
Okay.
And don't worry, some people actually say, oh mate, this feels wrong.
It feels like I have to reach out for the wall. Yeah. All right.
It's a feeling.
Alright, that feels pretty good.
That's not going to work, is it? Hitting it down the fairway long?
No.
There's no fun in that.
I'll put a shot trace on that.
That is a nice draw to it.
Still went left.
Did that look strange in the setup?
It looks strange compared to what I'm used to him saying, yeah.
Yeah, but forget what he looks like.
Yeah.
Does it look weird?
No.
No, it looks normal. So you're feeling like you're sort of like that.
And the ball's out way outside of left foot, it feels like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, you tell me that your backswing's different.
Yep.
Why is your backswing different? It's because your shoulders are so far open.
Yep. So it's already open, opening it even further.
Yeah.
Yep.
So your swing will follow the path of your shoulders. So it doesn't matter where your feet go.
Yep.
I mean, it does, but it doesn't. If your shoulders are open, your swing path is going left.
Yeah, because I'm always trying to turn my shoulders to get that rotation. But if I'm already starting here, I'm going to end up like that.
Yeah, and then you get cramped. Then you have to come over the top.
Yep.
Hence the reason why you're always getting a sore back about hole 9.
The body's not designed to turn like you're thinking.
Yeah, okay.
So what I would like to do is just get everything a lot straighter to start with. I don't really want to change your swing.
Yep.
But by changing your setup, it will change your swing without you thinking, I have to do this.
Yeah, okay.
So let's get everything in line, and it's going to feel horrific.
I look forward to it.
If it doesn't, you're doing it
I
right.
hope you have the worst round of your life today.
You can pay me later too.
Yeah, well, what do you drink?
Anything.
Liquid.
Okay. Right shoulder back more. Perfect.
Jeez.
Now, that's just everything in line.
Excellent.
Okay, you felt uncomfortable.
Excellent.
So most people are scared and worried when they hit bad shots.
Yeah.
To me, that's how you learn.
Yeah, I was a bit loose on that. I felt like I feel it the whole time. I was
you're uncomfortable.
flopping. No, it was my hands are flopping all over the place.
So I always like to think, how do we learn? You know, the easiest way is how do we learn to walk? We crawl,
Yep.
then we find something, we pull ourselves up, and then we fall down.
Well, he always complains to me that I change my swing every round.
Yeah.
So I'm always trying to find that next.
There's always
next little thing.
Have you ever found it?
No. I've gotten to the point where I've had games that have been fantastic, but they can always be better.
But the next day is different.
Yeah.
Much better.
Ooh.
So that was a really
You need to trace that one too.
That's a really good swing path.
Yep.
But that was the hand action you used to have to do because you were out of alignment.
Yeah, okay.
So you didn't release on that.
Yep.
The first drive you hit, you released.
That's what, yeah, we had a lesson a while back where Steve was telling me that here, and I was doing that, and sort of crushing the hands through, as opposed to turning the club head.
Yeah.
To impact.
Do you play tennis?
I used to, but not much.
Show me how you hit a forehand. I'll get rid of the club. Yeah.
Like that.
So hit it down that way. The racket turns, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Why does the racket turn?
Yeah, I saw you noodle one. The episode where, yeah.
But it's just a normal, you don't think, when you play tennis, you don't think, oh, I've got to rotate my hand.
It just happens.
Here comes the ball, let's hit it.
Yeah.
It just rotates.
Well, I heard an analogy once between baseball and golf. It's the same sort of thing where you're swinging sort of around like a baseball swing.
Yep.
But just vertically.
Yeah, well, it's a different, that's where the posture is important, getting the right spine tilt at the start.
Yep.
But for you, you've got that. What I would like to see you do is just get more comfortable in that setup, which is going to take a while. Now from there, just make sure you release it. Let your right hand push the club through. Even though that's gone left, that's solid left. It's not a pull.
Yeah.
It's got straight out there.
Well, I was aiming, I might have been aiming
No,
there.
you weren't aiming there.
No.
There's nothing wrong with that. You're just adjusting.
Yep.
It's quite okay to hit bad shots on the range.
I'm happy with that shot.
And that's
got
a
long way.
really good bad shot to have. Because I think at the moment you're suffering from what's called the two-way miss.
Yeah.
You stand on the tee and you think to yourself, is this going to go straight, left or right? You can't allow for that.
Yeah.
But if we can say that you stand on the tee and it's either going to go straight or left, you can play with that. Straight or right, you can play with that.
Yep.
But you can't have all three on the table.
I have this other problem too where I overlearn something. So by the end of the round you'll see me, I'll be like this.
Yep. Good students overdo things. Okay, a little bit more with the shoulder. Right, that's it. Perfect. Now make sure you release as you hit it. You're
Much
nearly
better shot.
released.
Boom.
It's so close. Now the target is that tree.
Yeah, that was much better.
So that's just right side of centre.
Yeah.
I don't think that's in the tree line on a
I
hole.
feel like it just came up sort of a bit high on the club face too, a bit there.
That's how you hit it further.
Yep.
Bryson's trying to hit it high in the toe.
Yeah, okay.
Do you understand why that goes further?
No.
Okay. Think of this as being the axle of a bike.
Yep.
And this is the tyre. So as we do that, which is moving faster, the
outside.
axle or the tyre?
Yeah, tight, yeah.
So a golf club rotates during the course of the swing.
Yep.
So the toe is travelling much faster than the heel.
Okay.
So Bryson's got to the point he's worked out that if you hit it high in the toe, you gain club head speed.
But if you miss,
The only downside is if you just hit it just slightly offset, it doesn't go very well.
Exactly.
But yeah, high toe is not a bad thing.
Yeah, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah. I wouldn't necessarily go and try and do that.
No.
But high toe is a good shot to have.
I might start with the middle.
Middle's good. Right shoulder back. Yeah. So you just didn't release on it.
Nearly getting there. I feel like it's close. I can
It's
feel
close.
it.
So
I don't like this.
the setup's the way to go. Now,
Yep.
a drill that I would get you to do away from the golf course is take your setup with your feet together.
This is how I normally sort of set up like
Yep.
that. Yep.
But feet together.
Yep.
Good. Get
And-
comfortable. Feet together.
Oh, sorry. Yep.
Good. Now, take it back to about hip height and then follow through to about hip height, but I don't want any speed.
So hit the ball.
Yeah, just gently. It might go 10, 15 metres. Okay. How did that feel, the contact there?
Yeah, good. Nice bit of draw.
Because you released your hands.
Yep.
So if we keep the feet together, it stops the body from doing too much.
Yep.
Okay, now which hand is in control?
For me, it feels like the right. But
Good, but you're right-handed, aren't you?
yes.
That's the one that should be in control. So as you do this, feel like you're hitting a little forehand in tennis. Your left hand sits there. Now that's a release.
Yep.
And look how far that went with your feet together. So that's the 150 mark just down there. And there was no effort.
No.
But you're practicing the release. So we have
Yeah.
to know what that feels like. So if you hit, say, 15 of those in a row, I would then do the same swing, but with your feet apart a little bit.
See, I always felt like I tried to keep the club, like myself behind it, rather than rolling over.
Yeah, creating lag.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love lag. It keeps me employed. Most people that are trying to achieve lag hit shanks.
Yep.
Almost everyone that comes to me with shanking it, they're trying to create lag.
Yep.
You need the opposite of lag. Lag's something that the top 5% of the world can do.
Yep.
The average golfer has no business thinking lag. They've got to get the club releasing.
It's watching Fred Couples, because that swing is just
Yeah, it's
pure,
beautiful.
and I wanted to be able to do
But
that.
would you teach that swing
No.
to everyone?
No. Yeah.
No. Okay. Here's another one.
Yep.
Hold that like a baseball bat.
Yeah.
Okay. Come in a bit closer. You need to get some sound just here. Okay. That's it. All right. The baseball's there. Give it a hit. Okay. Can you make it louder? How did you make it louder?
Swinging harder
With what?
with hands and with shoulders.
Which one was more important?
Probably with the hands.
Yeah. Okay. Now create lag. It was louder,
Yeah.
but it was louder there.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's well after impact. Now that was an early release.
Yep.
There was no lag in that. Did you hear the difference in sound?
Yeah.
That's club head speed. The louder the noise, the faster the club's travelling.
I just like the noise.
It's a great noise. So this would form part of speed training.
Yep.
See how much noise you can make.
Really noisy club. Needs to be a better club that's
I need to get my driver out when I hear noise.
All right. Feel the same thing. Don't do lag. Do early release. That was lag.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
That's a
So
lost ball.
So just roughly take your setup.
Yep.
At the point of impact there, your hands got in front of the club.
Yeah. Okay.
So when your hands get in front of the club, your club face is really open. So you've got to start your release here. That's what you did with the stick when we were going louder. So you don't have to swing it faster necessarily. You've got to release it earlier,
It's the right
which
timing.
creates club head speed. It's not, you're not measured by the effort that you put in. Gee, that was close.
Yeah.
So if I can, you released about there. If I can get you releasing it there,
Yeah.
it's going to go straight.
It feels like I'm releasing it like here.
It does,
It's
but
so-
you'll
yeah,
see
it's
on the
different.
video that you don't. If you were playing a topspin in tennis,
Yep.
do you hit the ball and then release? Or do you release prior to hitting the ball?
Yeah, trying to hit over it so earlier. Yeah.
Golf is
Yep.
the same.
Yep.
Pretty much the same principle. Okay, we'll do one more.
Yep. Hopefully I can get one straight.
So that's just a case of practice and timing. Right shoulder back and release it early. Pretty good.
If I can allow for that, it's going to be good.
And how do you allow for it?
Aim to the right.
That you aim everything
Yep.
to the right, not just your feet.
Shoulders as well. Yep.
Aim everything. Imagine you're on a carousel or a lazy Susan at a Chinese restaurant.
Yep.
You stand on, take your setup, everything's square, and we just tilt you a few degrees to the right.
Yep.
Then you do that swing and you've got a nice draw.
Damien, I'm going to hold my club like this on every hole, and you can tell me if I'm straight or not. All right? Yeah.
No.
Actually, can you do it for me?
No.
No.
Double the bets. Good. Any questions?
No, I mean it all makes sense. It's just a matter of putting it into practice. It's going to be a hard part.
Yeah, and that's what everyone should do is practice, but not spend hours and hours and hours. Just a little bit, but you've got to do it on the course as well.
So, would you recommend trying to, in the meantime, while I'm playing today, to try and rein how hard I'm hitting it, to try and keep control, or should I just keep trying to hit it naturally and fluid?
It depends what you want to achieve out of the game. If you go straight into the game today thinking about what I've told you, you're probably going to play pretty badly.
Yep.
So I would be working on it off the course.
Yep.
But when you can do it 7 out of 10 times on the range,
Then start to
that's a good sign that you're getting better.
Yeah,
If it's
so I
only
might
2
just
or 3 out of 10.
go to there type thing today and just try and.
Or even better. I mean, we'll hit one more. Just narrow down your stance a little. So you don't have to go feet together, but just narrow it down.
Yep.
Get everything square, and just put 3/4 pace on it.
Well, that's a gem.
Now, if we could program that shot into Fitzy's golf app, and you come to a par 4 and you go that, and that comes out,
Yeah, happy
that's
every
going to be
time.
okay. Par 5, that comes out.
Yep.
You're ahead of the game.
Yep.
That's good. That's good 200 metres straight.
Yeah, without
Yeah, well, I used
any
to-
effort.
I used to care a lot about trying to hit par 5s for 2. Like I had to hit par 5s for 2. Once I stopped caring, I realised I can hit like a 5-iron or a 6-iron and then just a wedgie. And like, why am I trying so hard to smash it and lose it every direction?
When you're on the golf course, there's a premium on hitting the fairway.
Yeah.
All the stats say, oh, you've got to hit it further.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for the big boys.
Yeah,
They can
exactly.
gain advantage. The average golfer should just hit it on the
Hit
short
it in
grass
the-
more often.
Yep.
And then train to get faster. Train for distance.
Yep.
But don't try and do everything on the golf course.
Yep.
Now, why do we play golf?
For fun.
Because it's fun. But we want to have the best score.
Yep.
How do we improve our score? We get the ball in the hole for less shots.
Sounds simple.
It is, but it's not about what position do I need to be in here. It's let's get the ball in the hole for less shots. So
Yep.
most people would benefit from not changing their golf swing and just working harder on their chipping and their putting, their pitching.
100 metres in.
Yeah, and 60% of people miss the green short right.
Yep.
So if everyone hit one more club and aimed a little left,
Yep.
they'd hit more greens.
Yep. You see that a lot of
But then you'd be out of a job.
I'll never be out of a job. Whenever I get worried, oh gee, things are quiet, I only ever have to look at the first tee, and it's just a matter of time before they come and see me. So
You see a lot of older blokes, they learn to just hit straight, chip, putt, par. And you're like, and I'm smashed it,
Well,
and then
typically-
trees and bunker and.
okay, I'm going to be the 90-year-old. I'm sure you've played golf with a 90-year-old.
Yep.
I feel like 90 today, so it's pretty appropriate. So they sort of get in here, they can't move too quick, they can't move their body much, and they
Yep.
just do that.
Bang.
And it's straight down the middle. That's sort of around 150, 160. They can do that all day.
Yep.
Mm.
So then they go up there and they do it again, and they don't ever hit it offline.
Yeah.
You see a lot of older people, ladies and men, they've only got like a driver, a 3-wood,
That's 7
a
iron.
7-iron and a putter in their
Exactly.
bag because they don't need any other clubs.
Yep.
Yeah.
And a wedge in case they're in a bunker.
Yep. So it's just playing more strategic golf. Fantastic. What a day. Was that fun, Trev?
It was really good. I love learning. I always love learning about golf. I love golf, so
Do you know what? I've been playing for 52 years. I've never stopped learning.
yep.
Every day I'll learn something.
Yep.
So the day you stop learning is when you're in the box, I think. Don't want to go there yet. So I've got a lot more learning to do. So what was the big takeout for you?
Oh, it's the shoulders. To me, it felt like the shoulders were perfectly aligned with my feet. And then I look at when you put the bar there, and I look back and I'm like, okay, I see it now. And it feels so bizarre opening myself up like that, but it makes a difference, makes a huge difference.
And that's the thing, we get comfortable being in the wrong position and it feels normal.
Yep.
Probably excess of 80% of the people that I see do what you do.
Yep.
Everyone focuses on their feet. Oh, I've got to get my feet right.
At least I'm normal.
They don't even think about their shoulders, and the shoulders are more important than the feet.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, it's a fairly typical lesson, but you've got some good takeaways now to get out and improve.
Hopefully it works.
So I'd encourage you to check out Trendam Golf. I've got a link in the description for both Facebook and the YouTube channel, and they do a lot of course reviews around regional Victoria, so if you want to play some secret golf courses in hidden gems, it's good. It's also quite funny, so I had a good laugh watching a few, so I really encourage you to do it. Thank you for letting me help you with your golf, and thanks guys for coming out.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us. Yeah, loved it.